We're live, everybody.
This is 2OF Entertainment.
Oh, and here we are back.
All
right.
We have a special guest for people that don't know. This is Morton's been calling him Johnny Be Good. And John is from the Lost Dollar Business Club. So for you guys that have seen the Lost Dollar Business Club, John will be joining us today as we talk about customer service and sales. So this should be an interesting topic for the next 40 minutes.
Yeah, but we, as usual, we will end up talking about UFOs or whatever. It's the Ad Hoc Show.
The Ad Hoc Show, right? That's why we have John, because we figure John is an expert in UFOs. So that's
sure.
Oh, good.
Let's do.
No, John's an expert in the finance and world banking stuff that we talked about last week. So
Nice to meet you, John. You look very kindly.
Nice to meet you guys.
Right?
Yeah. Nice to meet you guys.
John, you look very kindly.
Kindly, yeah.
I'm using this on the Lost Dollar Business Club.
Where are you guys sitting?
Okay, we are living in Norway, north of Europe.
Yeah, I
And,
guess he
we are
knows
very
where it is.
special.
Okay.
Me and him is brothers. I'm the best, of course, in sale, but he is very good as well.
We are brothers, but we had different mother and father.
Yeah,
I
that's
see.
correct. That's correct.
Okay.
Now,
Well, but okay. So
They're brothers and sisters.
you're in Norway, which is north of Europe. Okay, interesting point. Way to put it. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because we are not a member of the European system.
No, and we are 25 inhabitants in this country.
Yeah.
About 5 to 6 million. That's okay. But I will start to say, I have been a salesman all my life. I started with book sales. Then I go for different issue. I've been in 5 different big companies, including together with Morten in business. And all the 5 places I've been, I always been #1 seller. Why? I can explain. Why
don't you explain?
I have to explain because I'm an arrogant shit in the north of North who didn't realize everything. I adopt everything from United States, and I say everything is okay excepting the distribution, because to distribute something here in Norway, we are from Norway. We have so long country.
Distance.
You can go to Italy so long, So I go back to my issue regarding sales.
Oh, I thought there was other issues we were going to discuss. We're going to talk about this issue.
Money issues. I will start with eye contact. Okay.
Right.
Why? Eye contact and body language. It's so important in sales. But #1 is to prepare. How many salesmen all over the world prepare every meeting? No money. They take it as an ad hoc and go to the customer and sit down and repeat what they say to the last customer. And that's wrong. You have to find a receipt for each customer. Why? Because each customer is unique. It's unique because you have to give him compliments about his if I meet a CEO, I have to give him compliments what he have done with his store or fabric or whatever.
Oh, see, that's
Why?
really different.
Because then I start with some positive.
Right.
And he
If we
feels
need to see, we give him the blackmail photos of him and his mistress, and we're just like, you should just work with us because we don't want these to get to your wife. That's easier.
Yeah, but even let's not make this a sales course because it will.
We
take
can do a show
some...
on that if you want.
We could. But I have to say I disagree with you in one thing, and that is I think it's much better to be ad hoc and not prepare too much, because if you prepare too much, you have to know about your own product you're selling. Of course, that's obvious, but you don't know if the man or the woman or the group you're selling to, you don't know if they had a grumpy day, if they had bad waffles, whatever. So you can't control what you can't control. You can't control, and then you need to be an ad hoc guy that can not do as the last meeting, but to improvise.
Yeah, but I think we're missing something bigger. And John, jump in here if you want. When we talk about sales, there really are no more salespeople. Okay, let's just be frank. There's no more salespeople. Sales is a dying art. Maybe you're not even to buy a car, to buy a watch, to buy a suit, to buy a private plane. None of it. There's no salespeople anymore because everybody does it online. So really, I do all my research online. I call John, and he's the XYZ dealer of whatever I want to buy. I go, do you have this? And he goes, yes. If I like him, I'm going to buy from him. If I don't like him, I'll probably buy from him because I don't want to waste my time. So what's happening today is because everything is online, there's no more sales. Like, so back in the day, you're right. What you had to prepare, you had to know. Now people don't go make sales calls. There's no more pressing the flesh. Like when John and I did investment banking, we pressed the flesh. We got on planes, we saw people. That's not done anymore. And the flip to it is there's no more customer service. And the customer service you do get is usually rude, unless it's a high-end store or a high-end product, if you will, or a car or watch or whatever. Then the customer service, of course, above and beyond. But even at restaurants, customer service isn't what we would say was 20 or 30 years ago, where people were happy to service you. Yeah. Now it's not that way. So when you go, well, you prepare and you do, no, you don't. You call, one perfect example is the crap we use on our show, all the AI stuff. We call them and go, we need, here's your FAQs, and some bot talks to us, and then that's it. So there's no more sales, there's no more customer service, there's no more interpersonal relationships anymore. And back in the day, that's how you did business. Even in investment banking, the interpersonal relationships are going away.
John, we don't have any banks in our municipality any longer. They're closed down. We have to go into the city to talk to a bank manager.
How far is the bank?
It's not that far, but it's it's an hour to travel.
An hour?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yep.
But once again, there's no customer service. Back in the day, you would know your banker. Like I could go, I'm going to go see my banker, or I call my banker, and my banker magically was there. Nowadays, if I go, John, who's your banker? John's like,
Yeah, look.
It's different.
But
you have to do everything by internet now.
Yeah.
Earlier, you have a very good service in a bank, and you get guiding. When I build my first house, I get guiding with everything and get input. Today, they have to go to internet and write something in, and they get a mail, yes or no, by the loan, and so on. The problem really is people have more distance in our society. Before, I go 20 years back, when I come to to I should learn up in the oil city in Norway called Stavanger, the town. And my salesman in Stavanger called me and said, so difficult. We have so high prices on our product, so I didn't sell a lot. That's not the problem. I come down to Stavanger, and I double the price list on every product. So you double it, but the price was the problem. Doesn't matter. I travel down, be with him 14 days, 80% over the budget. We sell like hell, because then we sell on quality, not on price, you know? So people are willing to buy very expensive product if you can convince them it's worth it.
Not anymore. You don't have to.
Excuse me?
That's like I said. Nobody cares. If I want to go buy a Gulfstream right now, I can go on the internet and get 50 quotes. So you don't have to convince me. I just have to go get 50 quotes. In fact, I talked to someone a couple of days ago that was in Monaco, and he was looking at a gig yacht. And I was like, "What are you going to do?" And he's like, "I'm just looking for whatever." And it's not a price thing anymore. People have stupid money. They don't care. So it's not price, it's customer service. And there's only, like what I was saying earlier, it's only a handful of industries that have customer service. You know, like I know who my banker is because we have a private banker. John, I'm sure, has a private banker. So he knows his banker, so to speak. But if you're doing banking at a normal, like Chase Manhattan, and you don't have a private banker, you don't have a banker. It's not back in the day where the bank manager knew you and this one knew you. It's a little different. So and price doesn't play a thing anymore because everything's the same. Everybody can go on the internet. You can't do what you used to do. I can't go, I'm going to go buy this XYZ vehicle and say $50,000, but the dealer down the road has it for 60. Why? Because there's 750 apps and websites that'll tell me who has it cheapest. So in America, I don't know what it is the rest of the world, right? I mean, like,
it is.
And this one and that, and I can put in, I want to buy an XYZ brand new. Yeah. Here's everything I want, and it'll list out 75 different dealerships that have my car.
Yeah.
And Stephen,
so you don't need a
again, the young people like my daughter, she's been doing this for 10 years since now she's 30. Since she was 20, she has gone to a store for buying clothes and shoes and whatever, written down the sizes and the models and everything, and then tiptoe back to the computer and you know, so they are screwed. They're screwed.
Well, yeah, at some point the model, you know, I mean, if everybody does that, you know, then the stores close, you know, in an extreme reaction, right? So stores close, and then you're just stuck with online, and you know, look, I see my wife, and you know, she's spending hours trying to figure out a pair of jeans, right? So, and you go to the store, and then what's happened? They'd have a lot less inventory now. So you know, it's sort of it's gotten all complicated. You know, no, and then even when you go to a store, you don't have to find a salesperson to help you. You know, that's it's some stores yes, some stores no, and you don't know if it's a sort of a flip of the coin whether you'll get service. So it's
about service, John. Me and Morten was 20 years ago in Germany and look at the development in gas station. They fill up the gas station with chips and food and everything, and not maybe 4 square meter with this windows washing, and if you're asking the lady or the man in cashier, they cannot do it. They cannot help you. They cannot help old lady who want to change. So there is some mistakes going on in the development, because we have the same situation here in Norway now. It's an 80-20 rule. 80% of all they have in a gas station have nothing to car to do. You know, it's strange.
Yeah, but
no, it's not strange.
The old world is dead. So, and really, customer service goes more to high end. Like when I get my suits done, the guy who takes care of me can't do enough for me, and for what we pay, he should do that. So it's a different world. It's just there's at some point, people and companies just decided if you don't spend stupid money, like at Hermes or Chanel or wherever you want to go, then you're not worthy of having somebody bend over backwards the way they used to if you went to a normal store, right? If you ask somebody at any store to help you, it's like they're doing you a favor. Even at a restaurant now, unless you're, and even 5-star restaurants, Michelin star restaurants, sometimes they feel like they're doing me a favor bringing the food out. And then I'll go to some of these places that are dives. So you go down like 3 steps socially and physically, and they're best service, bestest. And it's just interesting that we've become a society where everybody thinks they're doing you a favor, even though it's their job.
You know the difference between Michelin restaurant with a lot of star is only smaller plates.
And more expensive. Yeah. And I have to go eat dinner after. And I have to go eat dinner after. Because
Correct. So. On McDonald's, of course. But there is one thing I've been wondering about, and that is it also depends on the customer, because I've seen if I go inside when I bought my new Mac, for example, I demanded,
right,
in a good way, in a positive way. I demanded service.
Okay.
And if you and I see it all the way around, you have to be demanding.
Yeah.
Then you will get what you deserve.
Yeah.
In my opinion, I have to say, listen, I'm going to buy for me an expensive new Mac, and I want the best. If I don't have your attention and your full attention and every information, because I had Mac since I was 18, I know a bit about Mac. So straighten up, or I will buy it directly from Apple.
Of course.
But people don't care though, Morten. They don't care because they don't get commission. Like here at the Apple stores, I will say at the Apple stores so far, I've never had bad customer service.
No.
Like I walk in and they're always, how may we help you? May we do this? May we do that? And then again, I'm thinking for the $7,000 you're going to charge me for a cable.
Yeah,
you should be nice to me. But there's other stores you walk into, they don't say hello. They don't do this. They don't do that. I mean, so it really is interesting. And I mean, John, you go to the city, I think more than I do. So like when the attitude in the city, only in the high-end stores do I see people friendly, I guess because they're on commission. But I don't know, like normal stores, no, like restaurants, no. But the pizza places, everyone's friendly. So I don't know.
But Stephen, if you turn it the other way around, I think the world is turning around. Not for the flat earth people, because we are on board on a ferry. But if we turn it around, it's the other way now. We have to say, hello there. Well, how are you today, sir?
Yeah.
And then you get the service.
Yep.
In my opinion, many places, not every places, but many places, if you are opening, because what you give is what you get, like always, the golden rule. So if your opening line is like you are enthusiastic and really are, maybe you're waking the person up from his or her sleep. I don't know.
I don't know. I walk in, I'm always friendly, and I say hello, and you know, it's 50-50. I've noticed. It just depends on the store.
Yeah.
Or the restaurant. I always joke with my server, because I'm always like if you like get them out of their shell. Some servers are great, and other servers I'm kind of like, dude, if you don't want to be here, don't be here. Like, you know, and it's just one of those things. And so I don't know. I guess I still like the old ways where people actually took pride in what they do, and I don't think people do that anymore.
Well, like I was going to say, like every generation has different expectations. You know, we have we have expectation that you'd like more service and friendly people. The 20 to 30 to maybe to 40s, they don't really, they're not accustomed to that. So their expectation is, if somebody talks to me, that's okay, and if they don't, that I'll take care of it myself, and maybe I'll go and do some internet research on what I'm looking for and ask other people's opinion online, and they just sort of go with that sort of philosophy. And so, it's just,
that's what I was saying, though. That's why maybe there's no customer service anymore, because people don't care. You know what I mean? It's just sort of like, whatever. That's what I say. I think there's a line between the price, which is unfortunate that you pay for something, and what service you get. And then there's a line for the price you pay for something and the service you don't get, whether that's at a restaurant, whether that's at a store, whether that's at an automobile dealership, whatever it might be. I think there's a line. And at a certain dollar level, they realize they have to, I don't mean this in a bad way, kiss your butt. And I don't need anybody to kiss my butt. I just need them to actually give me some information, and answer questions. And at another level, if you buy under a certain dollar amount, they're kind of like, yeah, listen, I think everyone's like, use your phone and research it. Google it. And I'm like, Google, that's not Google's job. It's your job. You're the salesperson.
Yeah.
So, and I think that's part of it. That, and I don't think we pay them enough. Most of them aren't on commission. So I think for them, it's very difficult.
But, excuse me, commission is better. Why? Because my experience, all over, whatever we do advertising, we do sales, we do everything. But when you have people on commission, then they really got what they deserve. If you take a man and pay him very well, he don't come a half of the budget, He relax on the money coming into his account every month. And that's stupid. More people have to work on commission.
Right, but there's nothing to commission anymore. We don't live in that world. There's nothing to have commission on anymore. Everything's done online. Everything's done on a computer. Like I said, buying a car, literally, we buy a car, I go online, I'm like, okay, I'm going to call this guy. I call this guy. I'm like, I go see the car, I drive it. I'm done. I've done everything. I've done it all online. That there's no, salespeople don't have to work for anything anymore. So why? There's no commission jobs. I mean, granted, automobile sales, but no. Airplane sales, maybe, and selling mega yachts. Okay. But I'm saying those are commission jobs. I don't think the people at Hermes or Chanel or Jewel, I don't think they're on commission. I know Apple isn't, because I always say to someone, if I come back to ask you, and they're like, we're not on commission. I'm like, okay. So, it's either your organization teaches you that the customer is number one and the customer is a priority and blah, 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 or they don't. And I think because to John's point and to Morton's point, everything's online. And it's like, we don't need to. Like, even if you go to Walmart, Like, you know, the greeter at the door from what you do is not even friendly anymore. It's like, hey, done whatever. I mean, you can go, there's apps on the phone, even at the grocery store now, tells me the aisle of where what I'm looking for is, because the people are too lazy to tell me. I literally said to someone at the grocery store the other day, you tell me where XYZ is. And the girl said to me, well, if you got the app, you could find it. And I looked at her and I said, yeah, but you work here, so you can tell me. And she just looked at me. She said, you know what she had to do? Because she didn't know. She took out her phone and got on the app. And I'm like, oh, my God. Like, the people are mindless. This is how pathetic it is now. Like, no one thinks. No one knows. Like, they go to their phone. It's like, this is the dumbest thing in the world. So now, of course, and because we don't teach people how to interact, they don't know what to do when someone asks them a question. It's like I bothered them.
Yeah.
You know?
One of the problem is the customer is too kind, because when I go to a store and I should buy avocado, example, avocado, you have to store it in normal temperature. If it's too cold, it's got black inside. Okay. So I go down to the center and I eat a lot of avocado. So I'm
that explains it. Okay.
And then normally cashier come over to me and say, "It's something wrong, sir. Something wrong. Come on, get your chef over here right away." And I tell him, "What the fuck is going on? You are full price on these items, and all these items I can squeeze. Are you crazy, man? You have to take everything, maybe 4 square meter away, and take in new perfect condition with this price." And he listened to me, and it was very embarrassing.
For who?
But normally people,
for himself, probably, maybe
they buy the shit and say, "Unfortunately, that was not good fruit."
Yeah, but see, that's the problem. People, we discuss this on most of the shows, whether it's this show or Lost Dollar. People are sheep. People are ostriches. They stick their head in the sand and they don't want to say anything. And remember, there's a certain generation, and you know, we always joke with you and say, like, you're the crazy uncle. But you have to remember the generation that the 4 of us are in. John's older than all of us, by the way. But the generation that all of us are in, we come from a generation, and John comes from South America, and where they speak up. We come from a generation in places where you speak up. I come from New York. We speak up. John comes from South America, and his age group is like my age group and yours. We speak up. There's a certain age group that if they pick up something terrible, they'll either put it down or they don't. Where our age group is like, what the hell is this crap? Right? And there's a difference. And once again, it's a generational thing where right now you're raising sheep. You know, we're raising children just go along like drones.
I have one suggestion. It's been working for me so many times because I think it's turned around. I think the sheeps behind the counter, if you're going to a place where you got service 20, 30 years ago, now it's the other way around. I have to do something special to get service.
Right.
And when I go into a store, I very often in sale, and Even knows this, and everybody who knows sales knows that silence is the best seller. So I go straight ahead and I look with my brown eyes right straight in the eyes to the man or woman, and I say, "Are you going to help me?"
How's that work out for you?
And then I don't say anything. And the younger generation, they are, "Yes, of course." "Are you?" And then I wait again until they have to take the power. Because if they are not saying yes, they have to say no. Yeah. And then they're fired.
Yeah, like that's too much work. If I go into a store, I say hello. I'm just like, and I'm very funny. I won't wait in line for things because I'm not going to wait in line to spend my money. So if I have a reservation and it's at 8 o'clock and they go, there's a 10-minute wait. I'm gonna be like, yeah, I can just go somewhere else. And people will look at you like, because they want you to go to the bar. I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not waiting to spend my money. I know that's not my mentality. If I'm in a store and I need someone, I ask someone to help. Now, if they're really busy and they go, I'll be with you in a few minutes, I'm okay with that. But if they're not doing anything other than talking about what they did last night, that's okay. There's another store that'll have the same product, and I'm good. And
it's them anymore. Stephen, for me, it's like a sport.
Yeah, it is.
You know, because I want to see. Maybe it's 50-50 with me. You know, because sometimes I don't understand you. They're saying, why are you not speaking?
Yeah.
They think I'm a lunatic or something. But some places they do understand. Yes, sir, and they are saying, sir,
all right,
I will do anything in my power to help you. Okay, and then
what did they learn? What did they learn in the shop today? I'm surprised.
At school, and at school.
Yeah, but Morten, remember, what did they learn in the shop? With the extra sale. You know, if I go to a shop and I shop a toothbrush, why didn't they come and say, this item is very good. We have a new item inside. It's fantastic tooth cream. And maybe you need something for your ears in the same area segment, you know?
Same area.
Yeah. So the same area.
You get Norway. You're in Norway. Your mouths and ears are same area. That's good. I like that. Good to know.
Yeah.
That's good for us to know. I appreciate
it. But you know what I mean.
Yeah. But
no, and then it's good to eat the hot dog between the ears. You know.
Right. But no, but I mean, to your point, if I go to when I go to Chanel for my aftershave and stuff, the girl will be, do you need this or that? And that I understand because it's specifically the perfume side of Chanel or the aftershave for men. And yes, they're trying to upsell me, and I get that, and I'm okay with that. But if I go to the local chemist or pharmacy or CVS here in America and buy toothpaste, I don't expect anybody to come over to go, we have a better toothpaste or we have a better toothbrush. I expect them just to leave me alone unless I have a question.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. There's different stores that I expect different service level. Like here at gas stations now in New Jersey, they still have people that pump gas for you. Like you can't pump your own gas, if I'm not mistaken, right, John? There's a guy that still pumps your gas, right?
Yeah.
So in Texas, we pump our own gas. If someone came out to pump our gas here, they'd probably shoot the guy. So there's different level of services in different places. Like in Vancouver, when I go to Vancouver, BC, same thing. There's a person that comes out and pumps the gas. The first time they did that, it was a little like, oh my God, this hasn't happened since I'm like 10 years old, right? Because we all do self-service now.
Yeah.
So different levels of service at different levels of stores or dollar spent is how my mind works now. The more expensive, the more service. But even online things or for businesses, when it comes to computers and computer technology or soft, you don't talk to people anymore. Let's set up a conference call. And they go, oh no, here's our FAQ, like I said earlier, or it's a bot. And I can't ask questions. And that's so there's no sales.
Yeah. And look what's happened in the store all over Norway. For a plastic bag, you have to pay $50, okay?
Yeah.
$50. So when I take my grocery to the salesman, and he blink, scanning, and he won't pay. And then I pay, and then I say 4 baguettes, and I don't pay for it. Why?
Yeah.
I finished bill.
You should beat the system. Why don't you just bring your own bag? What's the big deal?
The big deal is people have to not accept what they do. I don't go with this logo from the shop to pay for this bloody plastic bag.
Right, why don't you just bring your own cloth bag, though? What's the big deal?
The big deal is they shouldn't take a penny for a plastic bag.
That's not the answer, even.
I'm just saying, but if you know you have to pay and you're trying to game the system, why don't you just get a cloth bag or two? And when you go shopping, pull out your cloth bags and have them fill up your cloth bags. Who cares about a plastic bag?
Yeah, and then you don't have to pay Al Gore, you know, because he's the guy who gets the.
You're saving the planet.
I know.
I mean, me and the religious people and I and the Illuminati don't want you to, but for the sake of the show, save the planet.
Can I comment something that John said? Because I think this is very important that we learn the new custom behavior, because the custom behavior we are learning, or they are learning at school today, that we learned at school, you know, business classes and so on, is wrong.
Right.
We have proven that now. Yes, it's wrong. So, in order to keep the, you know, if I'm not going to travel 2 hours to get to my local bank, the society need to have some services around us. At least in rural areas, and also in towns, of course. Because in a city you can't just have lawyers and hookers. You know, it's
get rid of the lawyers. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but then I think it's up to us as a society to learn to do the other way of behavior.
Yeah.
That we have to tell them that if we are going to stay here, if you're going to have this shop, mister, you better do me as a king. I'm the client. The client is the king.
You know you're not, and here's why. Since eBay came along, because eBay came along 20 years ago, right? So eBay made it easy for you to buy stuff online. Now you have Amazon that's everywhere. And you can punch in anything on Amazon, whether it is you need a toilet paper or you need $1 million watch. You can buy it all on Amazon. And so if I go to your store and you don't give me what I want, so I can do what Walmart did to all the mom and pop shops, basically give you the FU. And now I go to Walmart. And then Walmart had all these little small towns, mom and pop had to close up because Walmart came. So what happens is, I think it was a thing I saw yesterday. Dollar stores are closing. 20% of CVS stores are closing, which is a drugstore chain. Everything's closing. Macy's, which is huge, is closing like 100 and some odd stores, right? Why? Because people are getting tired of treated like crap, number one. And number two, they don't want to go out. They sit at home. And because stores don't make the experience, the shopping experience, if you will, an experience anymore. That's why. Yes.
I'm agreed, because I have a very good example. Very good example. You know, the last few years now in Norway, more and more shops do not accept cash.
Okay, that's nothing wrong with that.
But in these days, last week,
in the Norwegian constitution,
the government say cash is value to pay whatever you want all over, whatever service, whatever shop. So now they have to make a law for it.
So they broke the law.
Yep.
Yeah.
So then if they break the law, then the government needs to step in.
Yeah, but they don't care.
Right. We discussed that a couple shows ago too. I mean, it's all full circle, guys. I hate to tell you this.
Yeah, I know. But again, I am willing to pay a bit more if I know that I have a store, there's pros and cons for everything.
Correct.
That I know. And
Correct.
if I can have a store near me, one of the pros is that I can actually take the shoes with me, and I can open the box and I can walk them with them at once.
Right.
You can't do that in the internet.
No, and I agree with you. I like buying my suits and my shirts and my pants and my shoes at a real store, and there's a handful of stores I go to for that one reason. But my suits, like I said, I go to a guy and he makes my suits, but I like that. I get that personal, everything's the way I like it. I don't want to buy clothing off the internet.
What about you, John? Do you buy your clothing at the internet, John? John?
I think John froze. John froze. He's there. He's thinking. He's rebooting.
Maybe he's thinking.
I generally go to a store. Yeah.
You go to the store. Okay.
I go to a store usually, but where I live, the store is pretty close. Sometimes I have purchased online, but I've gone to the store first.
Right. But John lives in a big city. John doesn't live in reindeer heaven. John lives in a city with 50 million people.
Okay.
They don't have inventory. They don't have my size. Just need a different size.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I buy a lot.
It's sort of a mixed. It's like a mixed scenario.
What I am doing, but I'm trying to learn the guys. For example, if I'm at a restaurant, it doesn't have to be nice or not nice. They have to serve food that are eatable and so on. So if I have a steak and on purpose, I bow the fork.
Yeah.
Right.
I've done this many times. It's easy. I have strong arms, and then I say, to the guy, I want to talk with the manager.
Yeah.
Because this is not acceptable.
No, it's not well done.
No. Just to emphasize and to learn them that this is the way it should be, and I don't care. And if the customer don't if the manager don't come to me, then I go to him. But then again, I'm very outgoing. And I like that because I like this because it's a game. It's a game, and then I go to him and I say,
"It's human chess."
In some shop in Norway, we have a red button and a green button. If you're happy with the service,
they have all over. Yeah.
In the end of the month, and in the end of the month, the CEO say it's too much red. Why? And I can say why, because I talked with him. And I said, hello, when you employees go with a logo, for the first, he or she must be proud. He or she represent your shop, whatever you sell. And he and she have to have respect and make the best service for the customer. Then the customer come again, and we have extra income.
And brand, it's all about branding and also.
But it's also customer awareness. Like branding is a big thing, but it's customer awareness. Like there's a Chinese restaurant we go to. I'm not going to mention the name. It's a nice little hole in the wall, but I remember.
It's Ho Chow.
Yeah, that's true. But the nice thing is that the first time we went there, they made a mistake on the order. To make up for it, they literally gave us more. They redid the whole order. We're reading there, and we had to take home. The owner knows us. Everyone knows us. We go there a couple times a month. They're very nice, but they treat everybody like gold, whether you've been there one time or 100 times. And like I said, it's just a little hole in the wall Chinese restaurant, and they treat everybody like gold. And that to me is and the food's good. So I mean, between the service, the food, the waiters, the waitresses, you feel like, well, it's like we want to go to Chinese. Everybody says the restaurant's name at the same time. Like last night, what do you want for dinner? Chinese. Where are we going? We all know. And we take everybody there, and everybody loves it because they make you feel like family. And there you go.
Because the Chinese have another culture.
All
of the Chinese I visit in Bergen, Norway, in London, in Paris, I get
wherever
on Chinese restaurant. Always.
Let me. He don't like Chinese.
No, he doesn't like the country. He likes people.
No. In every country.
It doesn't matter.
John is very anti-China. That's why it's a joke.
Yeah, but they have another.
But John, I got this feeling. Maybe it's wrong, but I think. Don't you agree that we have to take the power back again, and we have to learn the salespeople to treat us like the kings we are supposed to be.
I don't know. I don't. You know, it's if you want that level of service. You know, in every business, businesses are going to have to, pay more, train them, spend more time, and if you're in a business that's low margin, you don't invest in that, and so, as we know in the I guess in the industries or whatever it is that's high priced, well, the margin's very high, so you can invest in in high quality people, train them, and spend because you're going to get it back. But when you're earning in restaurants where the margin in the US is below 20%,
wow,
you're not going to invest
in Norway.
So I think that there's sort of the rub, as they say. It's you sort of expect it that you're not gonna get the service that you were getting before in these industries because the dynamics have changed, and I guess the population growth has changed the dynamics in a way because even if you give them poor service and maybe you're the only company in town or the only restaurant in town, you're going to get repeat customers or you'll get other customers. And so
monopoly
you're not too concerned. If you give them average or okay service, it fits the business model.
But listen, Gordon Ramsay testing out something today. He added just a small plate with a small lobster, okay? And some mayo and some stuff. And he take $50 for one plate. And people screaming and buying.
That's marketing. He has a name.
Right.
Yeah, but Morten, people are willing because this was so fresh food. It was made directly from the kitchen and to the plate, not
I don't believe that.
Fridge and whatever you say.
Gordon Ramsay went out and he personally caught that lobster and he brought it back to the kitchen and he killed it and he made it for them.
That I believe. That I believe.
And with that, gentlemen, thank you for being here. Everybody, don't forget to subscribe and like. The boys will be back, if you will, next Friday. Morten and our crazy grandpa there with his ADHD MOUSE t-shirt. We will have them back. John may or may not. We'll see. Adam may be back next week. We'll see. So don't forget to subscribe and like. We'll see you all next Friday. Thank you for watching. And don't forget that we're also podcasts wherever you get your podcasts, including now on YouTube podcast. Yes, Morten.
And buy something today, because
from us
we need we need the money to circulate.
Sure. So we're selling the Crazy Grandpa. So if anybody wants it, and we'll free shipping. So there you go. So he'll come and hang out with you. So, and he'll wear pants, we promise.
Yeah.
Anyway, 50-50. Okay. Gentlemen, have a wonderful day. Thank you for being here. We'll see y'all next week. Cheers.
Sayonara.